Hello, fellow Christmas lovers and enthusiasts. You are listening to Closer to Christmas, the Christmas podcast where every episode that comes out, we all get a little bit closer to Christmas. My name is Charlie, and on episode 26 of Closer to Christmas, since we are in the month of October, the month of spooky, we're going to be doing a Christmas poem in the style of Edgar Allan Poe to add a little spookiness to the holiday. So now that you know what this episode is all about, it's time to grab your favorite beverage of choice, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello everybody, if you are a first-time listener, thank you for tuning in to Closer to Christmas. If you're a returning listener, thank you for coming back for more. As I said at the top of this episode, my name is Charlie. I am the host of Closer to Christmas. So before I get into the topic of this podcast, November 1st is coming up, and November 1st is a very special day. It is actually known as Christmas Podcast Day. So if you have a favorite Christmas podcast, odds are that they will be putting out an episode specifically for that day. And as a matter of fact, another Christmas podcast on the network, Can't Wait for Christmas, put a little song together to let everybody know all about the festivities that you will enjoy on November 1st, Christmas Podcast Day.
After Halloween is done, it's time to start the Christmas fun. Yes, my friends, it's Christmas Podcast Day. November 1st is the day you need to check your favorite podcast feed and join in the fun on Christmas Podcast Day. All your favorite Christmas shows are releasing brand new episodes. Some may say that it's too soon, but they're lucky we don't do it in June. So come along and have a laugh as we talk carols, films, and crafts, and all other things from the merriest holiday. Tell everyone it's Christmas Podcast. Join in the fun on Christmas Podcast. Download everyone on Christmas Podcast Day. Get in the sleigh, it's Christmas Podcast Day. Christmas Podcast Day. Hey!
So make sure on November 1st you're checking your podcast feeds if you subscribe to Christmas Podcasts, and check out ChristmasPodcasts.com, and you will be pleasantly surprised on November 1st, Christmas Podcast Day. And now we're going to get into the topic of this episode.
The name of this poem is Poe's Christmas Ghostly Rebirth. Once, upon a dread-filled Christmas Eve, amidst the chilling winter's heave, the moon's pale light, a ghostly glow, cast shadows on the pristine snow. Within a manor, ancient and grand, a weary soul by sorrow tanned, a heart that knew no warmth or glee, dwelled in the depths of misery. No merry hearth, no Yuletide cheer, no laughter filled the hollow air. The halls, once adorned with festive delight, now echoed darkness, despair, and blight. Beneath the flicker of a dying flame, a solitary figure consumed by shame. His eyes, hollow and haunted, stared at memories lost, forever ensnared. A widow's veil draped upon his soul, as spirits whispered secrets untold. Ghosts of Christmases long since past enveloped his spirit, holding him fast. From afar, a child's laughter rang, a glimmer of hope, a celestial pang. Yet, in his heart, the pain held tight, tearing at the fabric of his night. Oh, cruel fate that robbed him so of love and joy and heart's warm glow. For all he sought, all he held dear, lay buried 'neath the ice-cold sphere. He ventured forth into the night, through snow-covered fields devoid of light, seeking solace, a respite from despair, a fleeting moment, if fate would spare. The village square, once lively and bright, now bathed in shadows, a ghostly sight. He passed the church, its bells did toll, a mournful dirge for a broken soul. And as he wandered, lost and alone, a whispered wind, like a mournful moan, carried upon it a long-lost chime, a melody from a forgotten time. He followed the sound through barren streets, where the icy breath of winter retreats. And there, amidst the falling snow, a figure appeared, an ethereal glow. A maiden fair with eyes so bright, a beacon of hope, a guiding light. She reached out, her touch so kind. In her presence, solace he'd find. With gentle words, she broke his trance and offered him a second chance to embrace the spirit of the season's birth, to free his soul from sorrow's dearth. Together they walked hand in hand through enchanted woods, a wondrous land, where evergreens danced and fireflies gleamed, and dreams like starlight softly streamed. In the warmth of her embrace so tender, he felt his icy heart begin to surrender. As snowflakes twirled in the wintry air, he found redemption, his burden to bear. For on that cold and haunted night, in the embrace of love's pure light, he learned that Christmas, in all its might, could heal the wounds of endless night. And so, beneath the moon's pale hue, they revealed, in the season's debut, a tale of darkness transformed to grace, a Christmas redeemed in love's embrace.
All right, I would like to thank everybody for listening to this episode of Closer to Christmas for October 2023. Keep your eyes open for the podcast feed because we're going to be having some fun stuff coming out through the next couple of months. November 1st, remember, is Christmas Podcast Day, so make sure you're tuned into all of your favorite Christmas podcasts. And you can also vote for your favorite Christmas podcasts over on ChristmasPodcasts.com. And also, if you would like to get in touch with me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both of those are at Closer2Xmas, and you can email the show closertochristmaspodcast@gmail.com, and links to everything I'm involved in you can find over at closertochristmas.com as well. Also, if you would like to pick up a Closer to Christmas coloring book, links to that are also over on closertochristmas.com. I would really appreciate it. And if anyone has picked that coloring book up in the past, if you could please take the time to leave a review for it on Amazon, it would be greatly appreciated. With the Christmas holiday coming up, I'd like to get some more eyes on that over there. So if you did have a chance to pick it up and you are pleased with it, you could leave a review over there. And even if you're not pleased with it, you can leave a review, so then that way next time I'll know what to improve on. So thank you guys for listening to this episode of Closer to Christmas. And remember, the next time you hear my voice and this podcast, we will all be a little bit closer to Christmas. Thank you for listening. I would like to thank Kevin Ague for the use of his music for the intro and outro to this episode. Links to his music can be found on the show notes for this episode. If you could take a minute of your time and rate and review this podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to this show, it would be greatly appreciated. You could email the show at closertochristmaspodcast@gmail.com, and you could visit us online at closertochristmas.com. If you would like to have your voice heard on the show, or if you'd just like to send in a question or a comment, head over to closertochristmas.com and click on the message button. And finally, if you would like to follow our social media so you could see any pictures I might have discussed on the show, you could check us out on Twitter and Instagram, both at Closer2Xmas.
Closer to Christmas is a proud member of the Christmas Podcast Network. The Christmas Podcast Network is home to hundreds of great Christmas podcasts from all around the world.
Okay, Elfie, I'll take it from here. Make sure you visit the Christmas Podcast Network at ChristmasPodcasts.com.